ready to get week 2 underway with all that pressure of trying not to pin yourself in a corner 0-2 right away, and a knee for Lewis. The tackle out of Wisconsin. So Brady on first down throws, and that's over to Burkhead. 2nd and 7, Burkhead. And he's tripped up, only good for 2. Comes up with, they've got all 3 of those wideouts in there, plus James White split wide. As Brady has to get rid of it, and White is there to make the catch and step out of bounds for a first down. Gillislee now in the backfield. They fake to him, and they fling it. Knocked down. Well defended. And that was Lattimore, the kid out of Ohio State. He flips it to White. And he does a good job just getting back to the line of scrimmage and an extra 2.
See, they're still in the same game plan.
3rd and 8. They seal the pocket, pass across the middle, and there's Gronk for the first down. Another conversion. Now from the Saints side of the field, it's Burkhead. And there's quick contact on him. Now a 2nd and 8. The handoff is to Cooks. And he's shoved out of bounds, but not until he picks up another first down. He's got Vaccaro on him. There's the pass underneath that to White. And he's tripped up near another first. They spot him enough for the first down. Gain of 10, giving you so many different looks. And now with pressure, Brady to the end zone. And it is caught for a touchdown. Rex Burkhead.
He can't get there. He can't get there. He's one-on-one, and Anzalone just has to know, hey, I got to protect the end zone here.
That took 10 plays, included a couple of third down conversions. And Gostkowski's extra point is off the upright and no good. Has 2 rushes, 2 catches, including the touchdown. And Gostkowski sends it down to about the 6, where Edmonds fields it and is shoved out of bounds.
Personal foul. Face mask. Kicking team. Number 48. That 15-yard penalty added to the end of the return. First down. New Orleans.
Thomas a threat at the wide receiver position. Here's the toss. And that is Ingram with a good piece of running. Here's a 2nd and 4. Brees, first pass is to Thomas for a first down. 82 catches, over 1,100 yards. New set of downs for New Orleans, and Brees. Open man in the flat. That's Tommy Lee Lewis. No one near him. Mentor to him since he was a teenager. First down carry, this time stopped right away by Brown. 2nd and 9, we'll go to him. Not much there, just a couple. Brees, no one in the area.
And then they got Michael Thomas. They need to find a second red zone.
From 46 yards, Lutz's kick is good. In all 5 attempts here early on this season. Earned a touchback on the opening kick, and it's going to be the same case here. All this talk about fake to Gillislee, and the pass incomplete. Was heading in the direction of Cooks and Lattimore.
On that side of the ball as New England has been.
2nd and 10. They fake the end around to Hogan, and they go back to Burkhead. His 3rd catch, and he's galloping all the way out to the 45. Chased down by A.J. Klein. Got a fullback in here. You're seeing a lot of fullback duty by Devlin as he's a lead blocker. It's Gillislee, though, just off left guard. 2nd and 4. Gillislee. Oh, as he clobbered at the line, maybe a yard behind it by Cameron Jordan. Brady with pressure from behind, gets rid of it. Oh. Gronkowski left alone. Breaks off the tackle, and he's in for the touchdown.
Can you believe that?
Well, the guy that was covering him was the same guy that gave up the touchdown to Burkhead, Anzalone.
He played him good. I mean, who has to cover for 9 seconds like that? He ran all the way across the field on a deep over, and then he wheels it up after that. That's not a real actual route.
Extra point this time is good. Team planning has their head spinning right now.
Yeah, you're going to run out of these plays eventually, but these first 15 or 20 that New England's come in with, there was no way for New Orleans to game plan. Ooh,
Edmonds able to spin out of it and then takes on the tackler, Rowe, the 27-yard run back. Let's take over at the 28 with Peterson. They fake it to him, looking for options. And they got flags down.
Holding. Offense, number 71. That's a 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Coming to the Saints when they gave hooks to New England. And Breeze, deep drop, and fires it incomplete.
last week in a tough environment.
Second and 20. They played them on the left side last week. Good streak went down. That is tossed over to Ingram. They got a penalty marker out.
Number 67. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is third down.
It's stopping teams here.
So Breeze steps back to the 8. Goes underneath. And just gets a little back with the completion to Josh Hill.
This is big. I really need you now.
Morstead, who averaged 57 yards on 3 punts against the Vikings, gets the fair catch from Chung at the 32. Stays on the sideline for this first snap. Anzalone, by the way, the rookie linebacker, not out there as they hand it off to Philip Dorsett.
And just stand here and let's throw it 30 yards downfield for a touchdown.
Yeah, Rankins had his hand on his shoulder and he still was able to get it away. Hand off for a first down. That's a nice piece of running by Gillislee. Back they go to Gillislee. Off the left side and a pickup of 3. Kid caught a pass for a touchdown. 2nd and 7. And Burkhead drops it this time. Steps up, and it's caught for another conversion. Gronkowski. Now inside 2 minutes to go in the first. New set of downs. All kinds of time. And waiting for it with the catch is Dorsett. From the 16. Gillislee, who scored 3 touchdowns in his New England debut. Locks it to the end zone and broken up by P.J. Williams at the last moment. The backup tight end. 3rd and 7. And here's Brady. Lobbing it again with a flag out. Hogan has the touchdown reception. Will it hold up?
There is no offensive pass interference as the contact in question occurred within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage. Therefore, it is a touchdown.
This right here, you're going to see the pick play, and he hits him hard, and it opens Hogan up on the sideline position where you're constantly just chipping people at routes.
Extra point. Gostkowski is good.
Knows where to go with the ball, what matchups are good, what's not. You know, he's got such a plethora of stuff in his brain that he's done, Brady, that you can just go to a different offense and keep moving.
Kamara. He is walloped at the 20.
Action on this one.
That's Kamara with the carry. That beautiful graphic right there. But I want to hear about what this Patriots defense has been up to as well. As this time it's over to Ginn for a good completion and a first down. Breeze and unable to hold on to it. A little bit shocking, isn't it? I mean, the defense of the Saints obviously right now completely overmatched and confused, and we got a flag out. It's going to be against the Patriots.
Action. Defense, number 98. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Rid of that. They've got to do something on this drive.
2nd and 5, and going down the field, and what a catch! There it is, Tony, right as you ordered it. Kamara with the catch.
Unique ability.
He picked up 38 yards. Here's a handoff to Peterson, and he plows ahead. Works the middle for 4 or 5. Second straight carry for the 2012 MVP, and he's got another first down at the 11.
Coming across the field. Breeze is going to snap and throw it right up.
And his pass was intended for Thomas at the 5.
They got 14 of them in their offense.
They fake the run. Rollout. Complete to Hill. And he's met at the 5 by McCourty. 3rd and 4.
Heads up for the fade inside to 16.
Here's the pass to the end zone, and it is 16. It's Coleman for the touchdown.
So he just loves this, right? You're going to put Hill. He's going to run basically a pick route. It's a fade by Coleman from the inside. Makes your job easier.
And Coleman does have size. Big kid. Pulls it down. Saints have a touchdown and an extra point. 7 different targets so far with catches for Breeze. Luck's kick will not be returned again. Perhaps does something for their defense to have a new attitude. As the pass comes over to Gronkowski, he's tripped up, just a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. They fake the run with Gillislee and go to the other side and find Gronkowski. 3rd and 8. Saints bring 6 and they get to him back at the 18.
Rough week last week. Soldier didn't play much in the preseason, and you're not seeing quite the same guy we've seen in years past.
This again on the return, and still on his feet, out near the 40. Now their best starting field position at the 39. They go with Ingram off the toss, and he is swarmed under after a gain of 2.
Brady changing the play, line of scrimmage and empty.
2nd and 8, and Breeze going deep.
Now he's going to snap it.
3rd and 8. And he goes deep with it. He's got an open man. It's Coleman. And Coleman slips out of it and then goes out of bounds.
He's a good player.
From the 18. It's Ingram. And held to 2. His teammates Deron Harmon as well as Logan Ryan, who's now with the Titans. Here's 2nd and 8. And with pressure, that is Breeze just throwing it away. It's Josh Hill's attention. Tight end as he goes toward the end zone. And it's knocked away at the last moment. That is Jonathan Jones. 35-yard field goal attempt. Looks like Jones, who just made the play, may have jumped.
I think they'll decline it and just move on.
Offside.
Here comes the offense back up.
5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down. Wait, it's on.
He almost got him.
Now, here's the problem with it. You got to go make it again. But it's a chippy.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
He already made it. Took the points off the board. This time it's good again.
46 people out there who are understanding the references you're making right now. It's fantastic. Just keep talking about this. Our ratings will skyrocket here by the end of the day.
Dion Lewis on offense for the first time. We've only seen him special teams, and back to Gronkowski they go. The give to White, and he scoots ahead for 7, running behind Tooney. Got the 3 wide receivers in uniform on the field at this time as Brady throws it to one of them. It's Hogan slashing across the 30 and then ridden down from behind. Ball comes out, but he was down. Allen scooped it up. Played 5 quarters of action the first 2 years because of injuries. Here's Dion Lewis with the carry. And he is pushed back a yard by Vaccaro. 2nd and 10. And goes to the other side, and that is Cooks. And they rule it a catch. Gillislee is the tailback. And he gets the football, and he powers across for a touchdown.
He gets bowled right over his back. Look at Gronk right here. Oh, on my bad back. That's not going to feel good tomorrow.
Skowski with the extra point attempt. Even Jim Nantz didn't do that.
Well, Jim Nantz might have been able to in this game because they're shredding him right now. And, we've seen this offense morph overnight. They've morphed into a completely different offense.
Reports swirling this week that he was actually on the trading blocks and offered up to some teams. He scoops up the ball and able to dump it off over to Ingram to come up with that beautiful call. Hail Mary at the end of the game. 2nd and 4 as Breeze. He's going deep. Over the shoulder. Caught by Thomas, and the feet are down.
It's an outcut by Thomas on Gilmore, and then he goes up the sideline, and Breeze comes off a play action, throws it up the sideline. Now they're getting up in case it was a drop. Good job by the quarterback.
Picked up 33. And that is a complete pass to the former Patriot.
No more personnel. Go right up there and snap the ball.
2nd and 2. And Patriots bust across. That's the rookie you mentioned before, Wise.
Extra guys, so they can't just come out here and throw the ball for an easy first down.
And they both do, as on 3rd and 3, Breeze hit from behind, slings it incomplete.
He's not going to let you throw a quick little, and you got to go down the field probably.
Here it is, down the field to the end zone, and the receiver never was turned around in time. It was Ginn.
This point in the game, but I can understand. They just scored 27 points on you. You're not going to beat them scoring 30 in this game.
Up the middle, that's Gillislee with a burst for 9. Timeouts. Up 14, 2nd and 1, and Brady.
Interesting to watch the 2-minute situation now. They got all young, new receivers basically in this system.
Here's White. White like a nice wiggle, and then chopped up by Lattimore at the 46.
Holding. Offense, number 60. After the reception. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
You got to keep it simple. 3 or 4 plays, some screens.
And there's one to White. White again, able to break through. So elusive all the way to the New Orleans 43. 3 wide receivers line up to the left. Brady stands in the pocket, finds Hogan. Hogan collides at the 18.
He's going to run out here slowly straight up the field. Watch. Right up the field, kind of slow.
Over to White, his 6th catch. Anzalone pushes him back.
One-on-one matchup right there with Gronk. We'll see if the safety comes over to help on that or not.
2nd and 9. Shakes off the hit, goes to the end zone, and it is Gronkowski dropping a touchdown.
If it's short, you got to run your unit out there to kick the field goal fast. He's got to have it ready.
Stepping up and running with it. Middle of the field, and there you go.
They got to get the field goal team, see if they get it.
Gostkowski, everybody gets in position for a 28-yard field goal attempt, and the kick is good. They executed it. Got it off with a couple of seconds to spare.
See these again when these guys are gone.
Welcome to week 2 of your broadcast career. Seeing history. You didn't expect this, huh? Make the margin 17. Kamara is the running back, and he's the recipient of that throw from Breeze for about 6 or 7.
I always wanted them to have to open the game with the ball when they're in your stadium.
On the toss, Peterson has a first down near the 40. Yeah, they've got to figure out on the other side how they're going to make adjustments to try to slow down New England. But first things first, bouncing outside with it, picking up about 3. That's Peterson. Would take that position.
I would be fine with it. I would definitely be fine with it. That's how I played it.
2nd and 7, and dropped. That was Kamara. He's felt the contact on the way.
Part of the protection.
From the pocket. And got the first down. That is Kobe Fleener. For the second half, people off doing things. Well, that defense would have faced such an uphill battle. Still will. As Thomas, no, it ball's out. And then ultimately into the hands of a Saint, incomplete. In his 2nd season out of Ohio State. Handoff. And breaking off an early hit by Adam Butler. And Peterson has another 3. Has 1. That's the breakdown today. That 3-way running game. 3rd and 7. Breeze in trouble. And he's taken down at the 44 by the rookie, Dietrich Wise Jr.
It's more than he had been in the past.
So they knock him back 8 yards. Morstead out to punt it. Take something off of it. Chung with the fair catch at the 10. Up 17. And open is Lewis. And he's able to find one little move that picks up the first down in the gain of 11. Effort threw for 346 and 3 touchdowns against him. Brady has another completion. So Thomas will be back out there as Lewis takes the handoff, and look at Jordan trying to punch that ball out.
They played so many snaps. Here they come up quick. Here it is, Jim. Look at this.
3rd down. Look at this lob pass.
Oh,
and
my
it
gosh.
is intercepted.
What was
Put
that?
it up for grabs.
He might get
It's
in.
Williams.
He might. Oh.
He's pushed out of bounds near the 5.
12 men on the field on the defense. The defender did not get off the field. That's a 5-yard penalty. An automatic, 5-yard penalty to yardage would be a first down.
It's a first down from the 32. Gillislee for 1.
Great thing for young quarterbacks. Get good footwork, stay calm.
2nd and 9, and off the fingertips of Gronkowski was trying to reel it in. Short-handed and all, pocket sealed, up top, and no, it's intercepted with a flag out.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 43. The 5-yard penalty, and automatic first down.
And both were justified with the penalty calls as Gillislee shoved out after another 5. And this is a Saints team that does not have a takeaway through the first 7 quarters. Is out there, second-year player out of Ohio State. Gillislee, 2nd and 5 carry. And left his feet, picked up a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, I kind of like it when he does it though. It's fun.
3rd and 3.
No play. He's going to have to make something happen.
Off the tip, almost into the hands of Hollister.
If not 50. And he didn't go more than a yard away from half a yard. That's what you want. You want guys tough. Stay in there. Battle him.
Second punt of the game for Ryan Allen.
Men on the field on the punting team. It's a 5-yard penalty from the end of the kick. New Orleans ball, first down.
Action protocol. He's back out. He's on the near side. And they run it up the middle. That's Ingram. That's the first time he's seen any daylight. He's got 9.
A lot of playing time for a good reason.
And 2nd and 1. And that's going to be good for the first down. He is the only drafted player that ended up on the current 53-man roster. Injuries and all. And Wiseau stepping up as the best draft pick at the moment as Breeze has Thomas all alone. And that takes it to the New England 30.
Breeze knows that.
2nd and 8. Fields a bit of a low snap. Drops it to the 7-yard line, broken up beautifully by Jones. 3rd and 8. Rushing 4. Breeze. Make sure he doesn't cross, and then on the little jump pass, like throw to Kamara, incomplete.
They need this.
Morstead on the hold, and Lutz. Oh, hits the right upright. No good. At 18 in a row. From the gun, Brady has a 7-yard completion.
I don't quite have that same method.
2nd and 3, and Patriots pick the first down. His avocado ice cream.
Yeah, I actually heard part of it.
Yeah, you might want to try it. First down run, Gillislee steps across the 50 down to the 47.
You know, he's Tom Brady's Drew Brees. They were pretty good before they started eating avocado ice cream.
2nd and 7, and Gronkowski with Bell riding his back rumbles down to the 26. 2 of you talked about back injuries last night for quite a while in the production meeting. And running into the secondary is Dion Lewis down to the 12.
And that's just one more than me. I think 1 or 2 less than Tiger Woods.
That's Lewis. Oh, they had him. And he wiggles out of it for a gain of 2.
He's not playing.
Well, Dwayne Allen is his backup. He's on the field right now. 2nd and 9. The former Colt tight end, who they targeted right there. Up in front of Allen. And now on 3rd and 9. Over to Hogan. Hogan will be stopped short of the first. Be 24 yards. And he drives it through.
It's an ankle, a groin, or something he's come back. That's the big one. You know, we'll see as it comes out of tackles. New Orleans scores, though. Who does New England throw the ball to?
And that's going to be the big question. As Kamara, it's out to the 32. Had a little hesitation when he fielded it at the goal line. Jones was blitzing from the secondary, and Breeze unloaded it to Kamara. One hop's incomplete, so 3rd and 5 to.
Illegal hands to the face. Offense, number 75. It's a 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Reunited again, those 2 families. Breeze, 2nd and 10. Oh, and cleaner, incomplete. Jim Nance here on the call. There's a 3rd and 15 for the Saints. Underneath. And Hill unable to get away from Jones, who's made a couple of nice plays.
Breeze, who normally has, if not the highest in NFL history, the completion percentage, he's right there. He's 17 for 31, just over 50%. I mean, they've done outstanding in those about that, Jim. It's almost as if
there was an 8-year-old boy that was in the stands that day as the pass is complete.
you know how much you care about Father-son relationships mean you feel the same way. It's a special bond. In fact, you have that memory as you get up the field big time. Look at that.
14 catches, which is a Super Bowl record against the Falcons.
You know that play right there?
2nd and 6. Play action to Cooks. And he's got another big. Vaccaro has to come back onto the field. First down from the 41. And look at Brady. Deep ball, and it is hauled in. That's Dorsett at the 4-yard line.
And snap this quick right here.
That puts Brady
Hand
over
off.
400. And here's the run. And a flag out and into the end zone. Ball comes out. And it's Moore who has the recovery, but I'm hearing whistles, seeing flags.
Illegal shift. All 11 players were not set for a second. Offense. It's a 5-yard penalty replay. First down.
So that's
New Orleans is challenging the ruling on the field that there was a touchdown.
Let's see.
Well, the question is, too, you might see he's crossed the plane, too.
It's a touchdown. That ball didn't move in his hand before he crossed that plane.
Review. The runner did cross the goal line before he lost the football. However, instead of a touchdown, there's a 5-yard penalty on New England. New Orleans will accept that 5-yard penalty. It'll be first down.
You got Cooks to the right. And here's your running play with Gillislee. And another flag is thrown in there.
Holding. Offense, number 61. It's a 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
For offense to that, we're just not there yet. Where Brady and him feel like it's just in sync like him and Edelman.
From the 19, look at that balance by Gillislee. Down to the 12. It'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Even though you never do, but I'm just saying, really try hard to keep it.
Here's Dorsett, who they just picked up right before week 1.
We're here right near my way.
3rd and goal from the 5, and Brady standing there, and now forced to move. Steps up and ducks. Has to. Gostowski. And he's got 3 more on the board.
League in yards per game. Whoever's around there, 290 if you're Seattle somewhere. You know, it's just to see what they did today. You know, they'll finish around 360 or something probably, maybe 380 if New Orleans gets a couple possessions.
10-0 at that point. Went on to 13-0 and went on to win the Super Bowl that year. Breeze, the MVP of that Super Bowl game, as he goes out of bounds. And
Dorsett was on his side of the field, and receivers usually run away and then come right back in as Breeze drops back.
Picks up the first down.
Ooh, good play.
That's Thomas holding on to it.
They were exceptional.
First down, incomplete. That's Chung knocking it out of the hands of Ingram.
In these next 3 weeks, if those guys are out.
2nd and 10. And dropped by Ginn along the sideline. For 3 catches for 67. 3rd and 10 for Breeze. And that's going to be a yard short as Thomas tried to stretch it out.
It's a possible play action. Oh, it's a toss. Adrian Peterson on the edge.
And he stretched out for it. Got the first down.
On the play at the line, getting guys up.
Here he's going deep. And it's Coleman. Beautiful pass. Perfect. Trainer here for New England for years. First down, shaking off the sack, little flip pass, down to the 8. That's Ingram. Converging right on him right away again. We're going to have it 1st and goal from the 4. That's Butler. And now to the goal line, stretching out. Brilliantly done by Fleener for the touchdown. He's got a touch for the 2nd straight week.
Out. Just a big boy catch. Keep the ball away. Don't let his hand get in there. And he stretches. Touchdown. That's over the line. Sean Might onside this.
Lutz gets the extra point. This will be Lutz. Up in the air and snagged.
I mean,
by Hogan.
Just make your analytics get thrown off. It's really smart.
Here's the handoff from Brady to Gillislee down to the 30. 4th highest passing total of his decorated career. And Gillislee has 1.
There's no great matchup. He's got to throw this ball to James White.
2nd and 6.
Look at this. He's throwing to a fullback.
Hits Devlin. 3rd and 1. That appears to be enough for the first down.
Because they have nothing. They're depleted. Funny thing is, Sean Payton took one of their slot receivers from training camp, who would have been on their practice squad.
2nd and 9. Saints out of timeouts. And that's, again, Gillislee for 1.
That's actually the worst.
False start. Offense. 14.
All that time.
5-yard lead. Still 3rd down.
I almost threw it out there. I'm new to this business.
Yeah, save yourself this time.
Here we go.
Cooks.
Let's hand it to Cooks and get him hurt. It's not a good sign right now for New Orleans, to start this year.
Still 4th down.
Well, that second game becomes huge, and now New Orleans knows their season's on the line next week. You don't come back from 0-3. You could probably count on one hand the number of teams who have ever done that.
Saints now with 1 minute and 4 to go and no timeouts.
I'm always trying to fire it in there 30 yards downfield with 30 seconds to go down 14.
Another completion for about 8. Clock still runs. Brady at 4:46. Breeze at 3:42, looking for more. In fact, looking for a whole lot more. And that's out of bounds, incomplete.
Breeze just hasn't had the talent on the other side of the ball that Brady has.
Here's Ingram, big gainer.
Brady's exceptional, right? We know that. But the window between him, to Breeze, to Rodgers, they're all similar. It's just to be that much better with 5 Super Bowls, you have to have a Belichick and a defense. Usually it happens when you're done. We get to watch them still each week.
Last play of the game, it's a handoff to Ingram. He picks up a big chunk, but we close it out with a 36-20 New England win. Patriots put up 554 yards of offense, 446 off the arm of Brady.